now and then, Hollywood manages a sudden streak of excellence. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 years in film history.
Moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain.
For this list, we're focusing on those years when it was a great time to be a moviegoer, when Hollywood released not just one, but a string of excellent, critically acclaimed, and beloved movies that remain influential well past their years of release.
You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Number 10, 1976. Though Sylvester Stallone's star turn as the Italian stallion Rocky Balboa took home the Best Picture Oscar, it did so in one of the most competitive years in the category's history.
Just want to go out and really do something.
Boundary-pushing films like Martin Scorsese's Taxi Driver and Sidney Lumet's Network helped round out the year, which was the pinnacle of a decade when Hollywood's studio system was brought to its knees and back again by bigger and bolder filmmaking.
You've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Number 9, 1967.
Will you come in, please?
What?
I'd like you to come in till I get the lights on.
What for?
Because I don't feel safe till I get the lights on.
Laying the groundwork for the coming decade of change was 1967.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
A year in which films like Mike Nichols' The Graduate, Arthur Penn's Bonnie and Clyde, and Stanley Kramer's Guess Who's Coming to Dinner would explore sexuality, violence, and race in ways only hinted at by their predecessors.
Dad, I know this is sort of a shock because it's all so sudden and unexpected. And it never occurred to me that I might fall in love with a Negro. But I did, and nothing in the world is going to change that.
But perhaps none examined racial tensions as much as that year's Best Picture, Norman Jewison's In the Heat of the Night.
What you doing wearing white man's clothes? Where you come from?
Number 8, 1985.
I wouldn't run. If you do, she'll think you're something good to eat.
While it was Sidney Pollack's Out of Africa that took home the Best Picture Oscar that year, 1985 was perhaps the coolest year in history to be a teenager, at least according to the movies.
Now I need your help to get back to the year 1985.
For example, we went back to the 50s with Marty McFly in Robert Zemeckis' Back to the Future, discovered pirates' treasure in suburbia in Richard Donner's The Goonies.
You guys, just what if this map could lead to One-Eyed Willie's rich stuff? Maybe. Then we wouldn't have to leave the Boondocks.
And navigated a social landscape, which was terrifying in its own right, in John Hughes' The Breakfast Club.
Shut up! And as far as being concerned about what's going to happen when you and I walk down the hallways of school, you can forget it, because it's never going to happen. Just bury your head in the sand and wait for your f***ing prom.
I hate you.
Number 7, 1941.
But remember that with strength goes responsibility to others and yourselves.
With John Ford's How Green Was My Valley winning Best Picture and Howard Hawks' Sergeant York coming in as the year's highest grosser, 1941 was a banner year.
What is it?
The stuff that dreams are made of.
It not only produced arguably the greatest film noir ever in John Huston's The Maltese Falcon, but also what many have labeled the greatest film ever, period. Orson Welles' Citizen Kane.
There's only one person in the world to decide what I'm going to do, and that's me.
You decided what you were going to do, Charles, some time ago.
While these two will forever be part of movie history, it was also a notable year during Disney's golden age, thanks to the dark but highly successful Dumbo.
And seeing things you know that ain't can certainly give you an awful fright. What a sight!
Chase 'em away, I'm afraid. Need your aid, big elephants on parade.
Number 6, 1962.
What is your name?
My name is for my friends.
War, racial inequity, sexual assault, and, well, more war. '62 was a serious year. Led by Peter O'Toole's depiction of T.E. Lawrence, the Best Picture-winning Lawrence of Arabia was a sprawling epic on a scale of few films before or since.
They've only one suspicion. We'll let them drive the Turks out and then move in ourselves. I've told them that that's false, that we've no ambitions in Arabia.
The adaptation of one of the greatest American novels ever, To Kill a Mockingbird, and one of the most realistic depictions of D-Day in The Longest Day, make 1962 an important year for film.
In our courts, all men are created equal.
While the debut James Bond film, Dr. No, launched Sean Connery to fame.
I admire your luck, Mr.
Bond. James Bond.
Number 5, 1982.
He was a man who made humility and simple truth more powerful than empires.
Though it was Richard Attenborough's Gandhi that nabbed Best Picture, 1982 was arguably the greatest year in science fiction film history.
Yeah, he came back. But he's not a goblin. He's a spaceman.
As an extraterrestrial.
E.T., Blade Runner, The Thing, Tron, and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan take the genre to astonishing new heights.
To boldly go where no man has gone before.
While E.T. was the clear critical and box office champion, the impact of each of these films resonates decades later.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah, and Dustin Hoffman donned a dress for some crowd-pleasing cross-dressing shenanigans in Sidney Pollack's Tootsie.
Well, it works.
But what?
Don't play hard to get.
Number 4, 1999.
It's the weirdest thing. I feel like I've been in a coma for about 20 years, and I'm just now waking up.
Not every film year can boast an iconic drama, action, and cult classic.
Welcome to Fight Club.
While The Stunning American Beauty was the clear choice for Best Picture,
You're kidding.
The Matrix and Fight Club, at first glance simple action movies, challenged audiences to question the existential, societal, and even physical world around them.
What is this place?
More important than what is when.
When?
You believe it's the year 1999, when in fact it's closer to 2199.
This is equally true of M. Night Shyamalan's haunting, twisty, and quotable film, The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
But 1999's highest-grossing film, the first Star Wars installment in over 15 years, The Phantom Menace.
I can't believe it.
The crowds are going nuts.
Number 3, 1977.
Allez, on y, let's go.
Let's face it, without 1977, there would be no 1982.
Hello there.
Film-wise, anyway. 77 featured a classic of the old school of science fiction with Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters of the Third Kind, as well as the one that redefined the genre, George Lucas's Star Wars.
The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master.
Only a master of evil, God.
And while John Travolta danced his way into Hollywood history in Saturday Night Fever, Woody Allen was winning Best Picture by working outside the studio system to bring us his New York rom-com, Annie Hall.
You know, you're always trying to get things to come out perfect in art because it's real difficult in life.
Number 2, 1939.
You can't never remember nothing that happens, but you remember every word I say, don't you?
Ain't you gonna say it?
Probably the most decorated year in cinematic history, And that which is most indicative of Hollywood's golden era, 1939 produced two of the most sprawling and glamorous achievements in cinema history.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
In The Wizard of Oz, and David L. Selznick's Best Picture-winning Gone with the Wind.
Red, you go. Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Not only that, the year also cemented the relationship between John Wayne and John Ford, and taught generations what a filibuster is.
You all think I'm late. Well, I'm not late. And I'm gonna stay right here and fight for this lost cause, even if this room gets filled with lies like these.
Before we unveil our number one pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
I'll be all around in the dark. I'll be everywhere, wherever you can look.
More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness.
Do you believe his story? I don't know whether I believe it or not. Maybe I don't.
So how come you vote not guilty?
Officer, sir. British officer. Here to blow up the bridge. Blow up the bridge.
I'm Spartacus!
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus!
Hang on a minute, lads. I've got a great idea.
It's not dinner time by now?
Dinner time will come and go without notice on this trip. Get on your horse.
What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
The most you ever lost on a coin toss.
Drainage! Drainage, Eli, you boy.
Number one.
Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies.
1994.
Then it felt like something just jumped up and bit me.
While 1939 may have redefined the epic Hollywood film, no year has had a bigger impact on the films of today than 1994. While Robert Zemeckis' Forrest Gump dominated the Oscars, Jim Carrey was forging his career, Disney was succeeding with The Lion King, and little-known filmmaker Quentin Tarantino's non-sequential, violent masterpiece was also making a lasting impact.
I mean, do you think that God came down from heaven and stopped it?
Oh, what's happening? Oh, man, man.
Oh, man, I shot Marvin in the face.
Why the did you do that?
Well, I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident.
And who can forget the incredible Morgan Freeman-narrated jailbreak masterpiece, The Shawshank Redemption.
I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living, or get busy dying.
As well as Kevin Smith's Clerks, which signaled a new era of influence for independent filmmakers.
How about covering the point? Man, you suck.
Who are you to make assessments?
Hey, I'll assess all I want, pal.
Hey, Dante, you went around.
Don't pass to this guy, he sucks.
Do you agree with our list? What year got you visiting the cinema on a weekly basis?
Can I have chuckles here? And do you have any jujubes? They last longer. I'd like to get some.
What you see is what we got.
Make sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com for more entertaining top 10s published daily.
Thanks for the free show.
You're more than welcome.